Dato, what's one thing people completely misunderstand about clean energy and it drives you nuts?
Well, people often think that clean energy comes at a very high price, right? That is less reliable and that is very expensive. To me, hey, the sun shines every day, and that is, free source of energy. So you can't go wrong with, renewable source from solar, for example. And for us, municipal waste, we get paid to actually collect and process waste.
When we talk about clean energy and sustainability in Malaysia, one name keeps coming up: Cypark Resources. From turning old landfills into solar farms and creating energy from waste, they're doing something seriously cool to power a greener future. Today, we're diving into how Cypark helped Malaysia go green. Let's take a look. A leading force in Malaysia's renewable energy sector, Cypark Resources Berhad was established on 19 February 2004 and is headquartered in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The company has earned a strong reputation for its integrated solutions in renewable energy, construction and engineering, waste management and waste-to-energy, green technologies and environmental services. Committed to transforming energy landscape, Cypark plays a vital role in Malaysia's transition toward a low-carbon economy.
In this world of where everything is electric or moving to electric, and where there is a lot of demand for electrification, naturally a clean and renewable source of energy is an imperative. It is an economic imperative, and so at Cypark we see our mission is to produce the most cost-effective sources of energy, and renewable energy which don't produce the negative impacts of emissions.
Cypark develops and operates large-scale solar power projects, biogas facilities, and a waste-to-energy WTE facility with a focus on environmental conservation and operational efficiency. But what if Cypark were a startup today with no legacy systems? What would they have built differently from scratch?
Funnily enough, the renewable energy sector, although may not be that new worldwide, in Malaysia it is fairly new, fairly nascent. So to be honest, I came from a bank before, and now being in the renewable sector, I do feel like a startup. And to all intents and purposes, we are considered a startup, especially in terms of financing or looking for capital. Banks are still very conservative. The renewable energy sector in Malaysia, as I've mentioned, is fairly new. So we do have to be on the road all the time, explaining ourselves, explaining our business models, and how much more impactful we can be, not only for the company, but for society as a whole, and especially for the nation.
Aligned with the Malaysia Renewable Energy Roadmap, Cypark has set ambitious sustainability goals, including optimize diesel and gas use for Scope 1 emissions by 2025, transition to renewable energy to reduce Scope 2 emissions, minimize GHG emissions at landfill management or waste-to-energy WTE facility by 50% by 2035. Okay, so what lessons have you learned from implementing waste-to-energy projects that could shape future sustainability policies?
I believe waste management will become pretty much a crisis globally, right? Because I think there has not been enough attention to it. There's not been enough investments into it. And thankfully, Malaysia, through the KPKT, has definitely taken bold steps to come up with the circular economy framework, the blueprint, and the journey as well. So in terms of our waste to energy, we definitely have learned a lot. Our whole 400 megawatts of renewable energy today has really been years of pioneering these new technologies in both energy production and waste to energy, and they are 400 megawatts worth of real intelligence.
Cypark is also passionate about making sure that in whatever they have learned and invested in the waste to energy plant, they can also share with the industry in particular, with stakeholders, and naturally be part of raising the consciousness in society.
Of course, in the European countries, particularly in Scandinavia, where there are 7 bins for your segregated waste, here in Malaysia, you either have 1 or 2. Many lessons to learn, but mainly is that we need at all costs to evolve a system where waste is segregated at source.
And the one impossible sustainability goal that Cypark is trying to make possible?
Net zero by 2035 over the next 10 years should not be as an impossible dream. It should be very viable. We have new technologies, and our biggest challenge would be to manage our methane emissions from the current landfills.
Okay, as the head honcho, Dato, how do you personally lead by example when it comes to sustainability?
Sustainability, or what I sometimes prefer to call responsibility, is something that needs to be collective, right? It is the job of every single individual on this planet to ensure that we have an environment that future generations can actually own and be themselves able to function well and be able to really thrive. So in that sense, sustainability should not be something that is bolted on to your business model or to your board charter or to your management agenda. It should be something that is built in. It must be embedded within how you want to do business, what business you want to do, and why you want to do the business that you want to do. So it's very much walking the talk.
So if someone were to say that renewable energy in our country, in Malaysia, is just, nice to have, what would your brutal, honest answer be?
Yeah, so I would say, you're completely wrong. It is essential, it is necessity, and it is not a luxury anymore. We need it, right? We need it, and everyone, it is global commitment. Every single human being has to drive this. I mean, we've been talking about it for more than a decade.
By embedding sustainability into its strategic initiatives, Cypark Resources Berhad exemplifies how businesses can balance environmental responsibility with economic viability. It is also an everyday conversation now for houses to be built with solar panels, which are more economical.
And another one that we do is waste to energy, where we turn environmental challenges, which is the waste, everyday waste, the organic waste that you and I throw every day, to valuable resources, right? So this addresses waste management, which is again a global commitment, and how we produce that for energy generation, right? So these two technologies that Cypark is driving is extremely important.
However, these initiatives do not come without risks, which need to be taken in order to push sustainability forward, which was evident in Cypark's waste-to-energy plant in Negeri Sembilan. So if they had the chance, would they do it all again? Take the risk?
Yes, my first answer, we certainly would do it again, and we would like to advocate this strongly across the country. So we've done this for many years, and it's a long journey for us. It's a very, very risky one, and we were the first in the country, and we still is the only working waste to energy in the country. We didn't have a clear-cut roadmap, but we were very clear of our goals. So we embarked in it, and we did it, and we had it done. I think our advantage was that we had many stakeholders that eventually come to an alignment to the intent and the objective of building it. And we are very lucky they're with us today.
From solar farms to smart waste solutions, Cypark Resources is showing us that clean energy isn't just the future, it's already happening. And as Malaysia moves towards a more sustainable tomorrow, it is clear that Cypark will be right there, leading the way. I'm Anne Edwards for ACES.